Are you the type of person that feels like they can finally relax and finally let go once they finally figured themselves out and healed themselves 100%? Do you sit there when you're on your own and just think, how can I change this about myself? How can I fix this about myself? How do I change this pattern of behaviour? If that sounds like you, then you, my dear, may have got yourself into the pattern and cycle of constantly trying to find something to fix. Self-improvement is an incredible, amazing thing you can do, and it's incredibly insightful to get to know yourself inside and out. But when you get to the tipping point of constantly having to fix yourself and change yourself, that's when it can come a little bit unhealthy. And stick with me on this, because I have recently realised this about myself. But quite honestly, since realising that I'm not Bob the Builder and I don't have to fix my life every 5 seconds, the last few days, and it's only been the last few days I've been practicing this, I have felt more at peace than since I can last remember. And you might still be in that mindset of not realising that's what you're doing, which is why this video is going to help you. Sometimes these sort of things can be disguised as self-improvement, and you actually realise, I'm actually being too critical of myself. So the way it's shown up for me before is I'll be sitting there and I'll have an emotion come through, and rather than just let it process through my system, I'll have to attach meaning to it and go, why am I feeling like this? Where is this coming from? If an old mindset or old pattern pops up, I constantly feel the need to investigate and realise, what can I do to make this emotion, this pattern pass? Why do I constantly have to live in the life of struggle? Like, why do I constantly feel like I have to improve and struggle with my life and not just be? And then I realised, I was like, oh, why am I constantly trying to improve myself? Of course, there's nothing wrong with bettering yourself and making yourself a better person, but doing it every single day gets exhausting and tiring. And you girl got exhausted, I'm not going to lie to you. And I got in this loop of constantly being like, this, oh, I can improve it by this, this, and this. And I just constantly get in that pattern and that loop, and I'm just like, this is just too much. When can I start to enjoy life again? When do I stop to think about hypervigilance and constantly scanning myself for problems? Constantly scanning myself on how I can improve myself. And going forward, I am going to say to myself, when I'm sat there trying to scramble to fix everything about myself, even if like problems arise, so like financial problems where I'm thinking, do I have enough money for this, this and this? I can just say to myself, I'm going to trust myself that I will figure it out. I'm going to trust myself that when the time comes, I'll sort it out. It doesn't have to be done right now, like this moment in time. This sense of urgency doesn't mean that I have to figure it out right now and fix it right now. I can get on about my day and do what I'm going to do and enjoy the moment, rather than just sitting and trying to be active and do my daily chores or do my daily things and then actually have to figure out a solution straight away. So I noticed that that's what I was doing. I was going, oh, like, I don't know, like financially, I was like, oh, like, do I have enough to pay for this next month or in 2 months' time? And it's like, you have time to figure that out. Oh, okay, this has come up, this change in my living situation has come up, and I'm like, okay, like, I could rush for the answer now, but actually, I'm going to take time to figure it out because I have time. This sense of urgency and rush actually isn't anything you have to pay attention to. Unless it obviously is something you need to deal with by tomorrow. And of course, things come up last minute. But you still have the right to take a second and to think about things. You don't have to rush decisions out of anxiety. Especially if you've got months to figure them out. And a big fixing one for me is I would associate myself with my old patterns. So hypervigilance. I would associate myself with hyper-independence. Rejection. Like, I used to find it so difficult when people would reject me. Oh, shut up, car. Or I wouldn't do things in fear of rejection. And what I would do is I'd get into that mindset and just constantly think about it for ages. But what I'm trying to do now is go, okay, that emotion thing's coming up for me, and I trust that I'll act differently when it comes up. I don't have to think about it and fix it so hardly and worry about it for days on end or hours on end. I can trust when this comes up, I can rewrite the new story. So again, when it comes to, I don't know, hyper-independence, you fear asking for help because you fear you're going to get rejected. So what I would do before is I would really, like, if I needed help, I'd really ruminate on it and be like, I really need help, I don't know if I should ask for help. So I just stand there paralysed for like a couple of minutes or half a day or whatever and go, oh, should I ask for help? I'm not too sure. And then I realised, I was like, oh, it's just because I'm fearing rejection. And then I'd sit in that and try to fix it, rather than just acting on self-trust and going, I need help with this, let me go ask that person. If that person rejects me, that's on them, that's not a me problem. Asking for help isn't dangerous. And it's about trusting your inner voice, your inner intuition. You're like learning self-trust. And rather than trying to fix it in the moment, know what it is that's coming up for you and act differently. And trust yourself that you're going to act differently. Don't sit there and wonder and wallow in the situation of how you used to act. Act differently. There's no point sitting there and looking back and going, I used to look like this, I used to look like this, how can I fix it? Do something that you wouldn't usually do. So again, hyper independence. Old me would go, I need help on this situation. Like, for example, I could be in the shop and I could be like, oh, I need help getting something or finding where something is. Old me would scramble around like trying to find it and going, oh no, how can I figure it out by myself? How can I find a solution to this problem? Whereas new me, it's easy. Even though that voice comes up of, no, don't ask for help, figure it out yourself. New me goes up to someone and I'm like, excuse me, where's this? They find it within 2 seconds. So all that scrambling and all those like inner thoughts literally just moved past them. Because I was like, I'm actually going to ask for help. I'm going to do the opposite. And fear rejection, and if they reject me, then that's on them. But I always find if you're going into a shop, they want to help you, or they might not want to help you, because depending on the day, I've always found they're really nice to me, but they're there for that reason, to help you and show you where things are. And as silly as it sounds, because it is, for me it was a big deal, I was like, I can't ask for help even in the shops. But I was like, I don't need to find a solution to this, I just need to ask for help. And when it comes to these thought processes now, whatever comes up for me, whether it's hyper independence, whether it's hyper vigilance, like trying to figure out a room, trying to figure out someone's emotions, I say to myself, I'm like, this isn't my responsibility. I don't have to fix how someone's feeling. I don't have to monitor how someone's feeling. All my responsibility is to show up as who I am and just be me as a person. Their emotions are theirs, my emotions are mine. And although I scan the room and notice these things, I don't absorb it anymore. I don't try and fix the situation to make that person feel better before they've even expressed it. Because to a certain extent, picking up on vibes in the room is a good thing because you know what you're getting into. But when it gets to the point where you're trying to fix it and trying to solve it and trying to ease the mood, you're putting so much more of your energy in than that person's even giving to you. And they might not even need that at the time, and they're not even necessarily asking for that. But you might feel the need to fix it, to prove something. And I'm here to tell you today, you don't have to prove shit. You don't have to overextend yourself to be worthy of someone's attention and time. You don't have to overgive to be loved. And you most importantly don't have to fix a solution that's not for you to solve. Or solve a solution that's not for you to solve. You're not Scooby-Doo. This isn't a mystery. Velma's not coming out from somewhere. Shaggy's not coming out with the Scooby snacks. You just need to turn up and be yourself and manage your own emotions and be who you are and control yourself. And also I find as well, it's about being around people that don't make you feel like, that are safe people, that make you feel comfortable, that understand you as a person, that don't want anything else from you than your time, that are mature and healthy enough to know their responsibility of themselves is them. It doesn't make any sense, but they are responsible of themselves, that's it. Just like you're responsible of yourself. You don't have to save anyone, you don't have to fix anyone, you don't have to make the environment and the vibes better. Of course you can lighten up the mood, there's nothing wrong with that, but you're not responsible for managing the whole room and fixing the dynamic in there. And if you're used to hypervigilance, it might feel a bit awkward at first when you feel the need to fix a vibe or an energy, but you don't need to. You just need to be yourself, let people be themselves, and accept the situation for what it is. And question and be like, do I want to be in an environment like this? Can I shine in this environment? Can I be myself? If the answer is no, then maybe you need to rethink a little bit. But the purpose of this video is to basically tell you, even though you feel the need to fix someone's life, even though you feel the need to constantly work on yourself, working on yourself is an amazing, incredible tool, and trying to be empathetic to people's emotions is amazing, but it can get to the point where it drains you and you're constantly in that cycle of, oh, I just need to fix myself, and once I fix myself, I'll be lovable, and once I fix myself and I'm lovable, people will love me for who I am. No. You're lovable by just existing. You don't need to prove yourself to anybody. Just by being yourself is enough. You deserve to feel safe, supported, and the best version of yourself. You deserve to be around people that want to protect you and love you just by being you. And you most certainly aren't in charge of managing people's expectations, lives, or problems. Prioritize yourself, and if you've got the ability and the energy and you want to help, there's nothing wrong with that, but don't make it be a thing that you feel like you have to do every single time. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, an amazing rest of your week, and ciao for now, Bellas.